This is Dr. Supriya Chaugule, and today we are going to discuss share capital. In the last lecture, we have discussed company and its type, and also we have discussed shares means what. Now, in this lecture, we are going to discuss about different types of share capital. First type of share capital is authorized share capital. Authorized share capital means what? The amount of capital which the company is authorized to raise by its memorandum of association and with which the company is registered with the registrar of companies. What does it mean? Every company has its own articles where everything is recorded and registered. A company gets registered with a particular amount, that amount which they can raise as a share capital from the public or from the vendors. So, the amount which is registered in the memorandum of association of the company, that is fixed and no company can raise more than that of. If a company wish to raise more capital than which is registered in its articles and memorandum of association, they have to take a permission and pass resolution with the agreement of its members and shareholders. The capital is also named as registered capital or nominal capital. For example, authorized capital is rupees 5 lakh divided into 50,000 number of shares of rupees 10 each. So here the face value or each unit value is rupees 10 and number of shares are 50,000 and the amount of capital is 5 lakh. Next type of capital is issued capital. It is that part of authorized capital which is issued to public for subscription and to vendors in case of purchase of a business or assets. Here it means that issued capital is nothing less than a part of authorized capital. Issued capital is always less than the authorized capital. It is a part of authorized capital which is available for subscription to the public and to the vendors. For example, out of 50,000 shares, the issue only 30,000 shares to the public. That means whole 50,000 shares are not issued in the public. Only 30,000 shares are issued in the public. In this case, it is sure that capital is 30,000 shares of rupees 10 each, that is amounting to rupees 3 lakh. Third type of capital is subscribed capital. It is that part of issued capital which is taken up or purchased by the public and the vendors. What does it mean? That it is the amount of issued capital which is purchased by public or vendors. If out of 30,000 shares issued, the public has applied for 25,000 shares only and still there are 5,000 shares to be sold. The subscribed capital will be 25,000 shares of rupees 10 each, that is rupees 2,50,000 shares. That means the shares which have actually taken by shareholders, public, by the vendors, that is going to be considered for subscribed capital. Next type is called up capital. Though the shares are of rupees 10 each, the company may not call full amount of rupees 10 per share on the shares subscribed. The company demands only that portion of the value of the share which it considers sufficient for the time being. That means if the value of each share is rupees 10, but the requirement of amount is less, then the company will not call rupees 10 each immediately. They will make some calls. That means the amount will be divided into calls and then the amount is to be collected. This is called as called up capital. Suppose in this example, if the company demands only rupees 7 per share, then the called up capital is 25,000 shares of rupees 10 each, collected rupees 7 per share, that is rupees 1,75,000. The next type of capital is paid up capital. It is that portion of called up capital which has actually been paid by the shareholders, as also the extent to which the shares have been issued as paid up to the vendors, as it is likely that some shareholders may not pay all the amount demanded but due on shares. Suppose in the previous example, out of rupees 1,75,000, the actual amount received from shareholders is rupees 1,50,000. Then the paid up capital is rupees 1,50,000. The calls in arrears, that is the amount due from the shareholders but not received, is rupees 25,000. The next one criteria is reserve capital. It represents that portion of subscribed capital which has not been called up and which the company by special resolution had decided not to call up except in the event of and for the purpose of winding up. So this capital is not going to be called up. Only in the exceptional cases by the special resolution and at the event or purpose of winding up, reserve capital is going to be called up. Now this picture shows that how each capital is going to be shown in the balance sheet. In the first criteria, that is equity and liabilities, in this schedule under the shareholders funds, that means the amount which is collected from the shareholders or to be collected, that is going to be shown. First, authorized capital, as we have seen that company is registered with 5 lakh rupee amount authorized capital, which contains 50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. But the company has decided to issue 30,000 equity shares amounting to rupees 3 lakh. The actual subscribed capital by the shareholders is 25,000 equity shares into 10 each, that is 2,50,000. But the amount called up and paid up capital is 25,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. The amount called up is rupees 7 per share, 1,75,000. But actually the company has collected amount, that is 1,50,000. So there is calls in arrears, that is 25,000. So today we have discussed the different types of share capital. First is authorized capital, second is issued capital, subscribed capital, called up and paid up capital, and reserve capital. Thank you. If you have any query, please check next video, and then still if you have any question or queries, you may discuss on